Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Suns tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the Lakers' blown out loss against the Suns tonight, and that's all has to do due to the Lakers being shorthanded, unfortunately, when it comes down to the Lakers' loss tonight. So I'll get into all that. What does this mean when it came down to having a depleted roster when it comes to facing the Suns tonight? So I want to give you all my thoughts and my opinions about it. But before anything, like always, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at ZSPN_sports. Guys, I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me all across social media and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Please be sure to hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you'll know when I upload on this channel. Much appreciated. And guys, once again, my apologies for my last live stream for the continuous coughing. I still feel the effects, but I drank a lot of water today, and hopefully will have time to potentially just not over talk so I can lose my voice. So I will try my best to get to the point, and hopefully things will go out pretty good when it comes down to this live stream. So cross my fingers. Hopefully this live stream will do well. So once again, my apologies for my last live stream. And without further ado, let's just get into the Lakers loss. The Lakers lost, unfortunately, guys, due to a shorthanded players. Our roster was depleted due to injuries, and unfortunately, in reality, even if we had LeBron and the rest of the crew all healthy, there was a guaranteed chance the Lakers could have not won this game, in my opinion, because of the efforts of what the Sun put up against the Lakers tonight. But it was just destined. I mean, when you have a short-handed players on your roster, it was just destined that the Lakers were going to lose this game. Now, let's not honestly. We have to give some credit to some of the players out there tonight, especially Dennis Schroeder, who led the Lakers tonight with 30 points. And, most of the Lakers they tried their hardest. But unfortunately, when you don't have LeBron James, when you don't have Austin Reaves, and even Anthony Davis, who will be out for at least a month, and hopefully he's all right, because it's a bit questionable at the moment, like how serious is his injury, because I believe it's a foot injury. I might be mistaken. Last time I checked, yeah, he's dealing with what type of injury he's dealing with. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, a foot injury. So for him to be out for a month just for a foot injury, it's at one point we heard that it was not anything too severe that will keep him out, but for him to be out for a month, I mean, this is a bit of a question mark, a big question mark about, how injured is he? Is it that serious? Is it really a foot injury, or is there something else attached to it? I mean, I don't know what's going on, and hopefully, just a speedy recovery for Anthony Davis. I mean, it's not anything too surprising when it comes to his history of being injured, throughout his career. So hopefully, when it comes down to it, Anthony Davis will come back very soon. They're saying multiple weeks, but the highlight of the whole injuries was him being out for a month. So it'll be great if he comes back 3 weeks, but we just have to wait and see, because it's a bit questionable at the moment. So, but when it comes down to it, not just Anthony Davis, was out, but we had LeBron James. He's dealing with soreness, I believe his soreness that he's dealing with. Let me just check real quick. He's dealing with a left ankle. He was out due to that. So obviously, When it comes down to it, it is a bit sad to see the reality of the situation when it comes to the Lakers losing two of their superstars in this matchup. So obviously, the Lakers were destined to obviously lose this game out there tonight. So it's a bit disappointing and very sad to see this Lakers team to where they're at. But this is the reality of the game, and how injuries go when it comes to the Lakers. So in all of NBA in sports athletics. So yeah, so LeBron is out due to soreness in his left ankle. That's just a sad reality. And then surprisingly, Austin Reaves. I honestly thought that he was going to be out. I really thought so because the last night's game against in our win against the Washington Wizards, he did leave the game due to rolling his ankle, but surprisingly he returned in the fourth quarter, which obviously shocked us all. But I think he's still feeling the effects of that injury. So he's dealing with a right ankle sprain, so that's why he's out. But also surprisingly, Russell Westbrook is out due to injury, and I think he's dealing with a foot injury as well. So lots of injuries that have occurred to the Los Angeles Lakers, and sadly, it's actually Russell Westbrook's left foot soreness. He's dealing with soreness, so he could be ready to go and come back maybe tomorrow or maybe in the next game, but. Hopefully, a speedy recovery for all of our players because we need them to obviously help win us games and compete when it comes to the play-in or maybe possibly the playoffs. I hate, this is the Los Angeles Lakers we're talking about. This is a team that obviously gets like number one seed, number two seeds. We never, ever put in the conversations when it comes to the Lakers and them reaching the playoffs. We are a franchise team that say, you know what, let them go to the finals. We're going to go to the finals. We're going to win a championship. That's always been the headlines and basically the history of the Lakers. But unfortunately, in this reality, in this Western Conference, and what the team looks like right now, the Lakers are vying for not just the playoffs, but to enter the play-ins. So that's the reality of the situation. And with this loss, I believe the Lakers are last time I checked. Yeah, they are 13 of 16. That might have changed. I think it's 13 and 17. So that's for this season for the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes down to it. So that's the reality. And unfortunately, the Lakers were just destined to lose this game. I mean, it's just, when you have all those players being out, you basically are playing rotational players and some G League players when it comes down to it. So, but let's give some credit out there where credit is due when it comes to some of our Lakers who tried their best. And, with Darvin Ham and what he had in front of him, he has to deal with the reality of the roster and the injuries that occurred. So, Darvin has to deal with what they had in front of him, and unfortunately, it's pretty sad to see that from the Los Angeles Lakers, and and I just saw a comment here from Samurai Beast Warrior. Darvin Ham needs to be fired. I get it. I mean, that's the. I know there's some fans out there that are, showing some, not a lot of um, appreciation for Darvin Ham, obviously, because the Lakers are what the record that they have. But let's all remember that this is Darvin Ham's first year with the Lakers and also his first head coaching job. So having said all that, I mean, we have to give the guy a chance. I think, when it comes down to it, he brings that leadership in the locker room, and that's what LeBron loves, and that's what all of the players love when it comes to what Darvin Ham brings into the locker room. He brings leadership, he brings confidence, and also he's a player's coach. I mean, a guy who used to be a player himself in the NBA, won a championship in the NBA, as well as a player with the Detroit Pistons. So that connection is very important in a locker room. So, I mean, sure, it's not looking good for him now, but I think once he gets his bearings in and, in the next couple of years, he will be an excellent head coach, in my own opinion. So I understand your feeling, but he should be a college head coach. No, I think it's a little too far. I think he is doing a good job at the moment, but with the roster that he has, I mean, if anything, you should blame Rob Pelinka and the management to putting up that type of roster. That's my own personal opinion when it comes to the reality of what Darvin Ham has to deal with. I'm a big fan of his, but when he does make mistakes, I do call him out for it. But we also need to remember that he is a first year head coach with the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, if he was a first head coach with, let's just say, with the Pelicans. If he was a head coach for the Pelicans, I think there won't be a lot of criticism when it comes to his job and what he's doing, and also I think he will have a much better, um, you know, situation, if you will, when it comes to the Pelicans, because they're not, they're doing pretty well out there when it comes to the Pelicans. But I don't know what I'm talking about at the moment. But Darvin Ham, I think he's doing a decent job, and hopefully things will turn out better for him in the next couple of years with the Lakers. But once again, as I said, that all depends on the Lakers management. Okay, Rob Pelinka needs to put a good roster around Darvin Ham for him to have a successful career. And obviously, he has the best. I mean, he has LeBron and Anthony Davis, but when it comes down to it, he is a defensive coach, and it's working. We saw a glimpse that he, in key moments, in key situations, he does really pull off the job when it comes to the Lakers. And unfortunately, in this moment, in this game, you know, lots of players are injured and he has to deal with what he has in front of him. So unfortunately, it is what it is at the reality of Darvin Ham's situation that he's in. But unfortunately, we have to give him a bit of a less criticism because he is a first year head coach. So we just had to hopefully just take it easy on Darvin, and hopefully things will turn out better for him in the future. So, oh, and I just saw a comment here from Samurai. I really do appreciate you commenting here, guy. I really do appreciate it. I'd rather have Ime Udoka as Lakers coach. I won't be mad at that. He has experience of you know same coaching style what Darvin Ham brings, but at least for him, he knows how to win in key moments and key situations. And plus, he reached the finals last season with the Boston Celtics. So I agree with you. I would rather have him, but at the moment, Darvin Ham, he's our head coach, and unfortunately for Ime Udoka, he is. I believe is he the head coach for the Nets? I mean, haven't heard a lot from him lately, but at the moment he is so far. For some reason, I'm trying to display your comments on the screen, but unfortunately, it's not showing up. So let me see if I can. Yeah, for some reason, it's not showing up. Let's see. What if I pin the message? Would that show up? Let's see. Would that work? Yeah, for some reason, yeah, like for some reason it doesn't show on here. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I'll find another way to somehow display the comments on these live streams, but either way, I'll read them out. And for those of you who are watching, I will definitely make it work somehow. My apologies, guys. But yeah, Ime Udoka, he would have been a solid coach with the Lakers, especially. I think because for him to be a player's coach as well would also work with the Lakers as well. And Darvin Ham, he's a player's coach as well, and obviously, LeBron loves that in a coach, and it just shows when it comes down to it. So, hopefully things will turn out good for Darvin Ham when it comes down to his job. And as I said, guys, he is a first-year head coach, so let's give him a little bit of a slack, and hopefully things will turn out pretty good for him in the next couple of years with Los Angeles Lakers. He will get better. He will get better. Ime Udoka is not coaching anyone. So yeah, I guess there were just rumors then. I don't know. I just haven't heard a lot of news about Ime Udoka. I think he's still suspended for some reason, but last time I heard, the what do you call him? The Boston Celtics basically told him to, you can look for a job, but you're done with the organization due to his scandal. But he probably will, but we just have to wait and see. But so far, he's not doing pretty good at the moment when it comes to the scandal that he did. 2 months ago, last time I heard. So, yeah. Hopefully things, so far, Darvin Ham, he's pretty solid at the moment. I'm not really, hating on him at the moment, but, due to the reality of the situation that he's in with the, with the Lakers roster, and them being injured, obviously, this is the reality of the situation with the Lakers losing this game tonight. And, just looking at the stat line and who was in the starting lineup, as I said, these were rotational players. Some of them were starters, but, obviously these were rotational players. Now, as I mentioned with Dennis Schroeder, he led the Lakers tonight with 30 points, put up some big numbers, went 2 of 2 from the 3, 12 of 19 from the field. And, he was just very consistent, really helped the Lakers out the best he can with the, shorthanded players that we had. So obviously with his abilities, really helped the Lakers any way he could, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And, because of the Lakers not having our players out there tonight. So that's unfortunate, but, he really stepped up out there, 30 points. So great job out there for Dennis Schroeder. And then you have Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant put up 16 points out there tonight. Not anything too surprising. I mean, he's been on a roll since Anthony Davis went down with that injury. So that's just pretty impressive. He had a solid night out there tonight, 16 points, put up 2 of 5 from the 3. So his shooting has been a big help for a guy of his size. And, it's not anything too surprising. I mean, when he was with the Washington Wizards, he really made a name for himself with the Washington Wizards. And, it really worked out at the end. And it really showed that he was really on his A game when it comes down to it. So hopefully things will, hopefully he just continues on this run that he's on. Hopefully it will be for the better for the Los Angeles Lakers. But, we just have to wait and see. And hopefully we'll see the returns of LeBron very soon, and Russell Westbrook, Austin Reaves, and, it sort of depends on Anthony Davis when he will come back. But once those guys start to come back, I think the Lakers will start turning their season so far for the better. So, we just have to wait and see about that. So hopefully things will turn out pretty good for the roster very soon once our players return. But, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Thomas Bryant. I mean, he's been on a roll for these past couple of games. So he had a solid night, 16 points. This is the type of numbers that he needs to put up. Not big numbers, but, obviously 16 points. I'll take it when it comes to Thomas Bryant. So great job out there for Thomas Bryant. A solid night. Lonnie Walker also put up 16 points out there tonight, went 3 of 6 from the 3. So obviously the shooting efforts were the Lakers tried. The Lakers tried, but unfortunately, as I said, for them to have a short-handed players on the Lakers, it's just unfortunate. Unfortunate the Lakers, had to deal with what they had in front of them. And, unfortunately, it's just, the Lakers were just destined to lose this game. I mean, if you lose so much players due to injuries and you're facing the Suns, the number 1 team in the Western Conference, you're destined to lose. That's the reality. That's the reality of the situation when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So, unfortunately. But he had a great night. 16 points with 3 of 6 from the three. Gave us 4 rebounds out there tonight and 1 steal. And he had a solid night. Solid night with the reality of the situation with the Lakers, unfortunately. So great job out there. Solid night for Lonnie Walker. And then you had Patrick Beverly. He returned from injuries. He was dealing with he didn't play last night with the against the Washington Wizards, and I think he had to deal with some sort of injury that he suffered. But he played. He returned out there tonight from injury. Had 9 points out there. Put 4 of 8 from the field. Went 0 of 2 from the three. Not anything too surprising from Patrick Beverly. He has been abysmal. When it comes to his shooting efforts for the Lakers this season. That's why we're hearing more than ever that he will potentially be traded. Likelihood that he will be traded to any team that wants him. So it's a likelihood more than Russell Westbrook, surprisingly. For many months we've been talking about that the Lakers would trade Russell Westbrook, and destinedly we wanted the Lakers to trade him, but unfortunately, he has for these past couple of months, he has accepted his role on the Lakers, and it has been sensational. And more than anything, if he keeps it up and helps the Lakers and builds a core with the second unit, you never know. He could get sixth man of the year potentially. So we just have to wait and see about that when it comes to Russell Westbrook, if he just continues on this drive that he's on. So hopefully it will be pretty good for the Lakers when it comes down to it. So, but Patrick Beverly, he tried. He helped the Lakers defensively, but it wasn't enough. So 9 points out there for Patrick Beverly. And then you have Troy Brown Jr. Unfortunately, he didn't really have a good night, in my opinion. He only put up 3 points, went 1 of 1 from the field and 1 of 1 from the three, and managed to give us two rebounds and 1 assist out there tonight. So, we just have to wait and see about what the Lakers will do when it comes to trades. I mean, obviously we need help. We need help big time, and I think this is the type of moment. I just saw a post. I believe it was on when was the last? I think it was on Lake Show. It's on Clutch Point. They basically talked about that this is the right time for the Lakers to make a trade when Anthony Davis is still injured. One of the names that brought up was Miles Turner. I think this is the right time for the Lakers, in my opinion, to go for a trade for Miles Turner. That's my own personal opinion. It comes down to it. I think the Lakers, this is the good time for the Lakers to make that move. But is we have to wait and we have to see what the Lakers will do when it comes to any sort of trade that's out there that will benefit the team. So we have to wait still. I know we passed December 15th, but not a lot of teams are making trade at the moment because they are competing to secure their spots at the moment when it comes to the standings. So, and that's what the Lakers are doing at the moment as well. So, not a lot of talks lately when it comes to trades, but we know some out there. So we have an idea, but it sort of depends on Rob Pelinka and Lakers management to potentially make a trade happen. And we're not even sure what's on the mindset of Rob and the Lakers management when it comes to trades. But hopefully it's the right move, and they'll make a right move for the better to turn this season around for the Lakers. So we just have to wait and see. Let's got a comment here from Blue Diamond Gem. Thank you for commenting on this live stream. I really appreciate it. We're gonna get Wayamba. Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, when it comes to that player specifically, I would love to have him. I would love the Lakers to draft him, but unfortunately, the Lakers won't have that pick in 2023. That pick definitely will go to the Pelicans. They will do a pick swap. And I think at the moment, last time I checked, the Pelicans, last time I checked in the standings, I believe they're number 2. Wow. Wow, wow. I did not know that. They are number two in the Western Conference. So, with that with that being said, if the Lakers do decide, when I mean, it actually depends on the Pelicans. If the Pelicans decide to do a pick swap, they will potentially, um, the Lakers will get their pick, and that will potentially be around. I'm not sure where it's at. I think maybe the 20th pick or maybe the 26th pick. So, it sort of depends. I mean, what the Pelicans will do. But, if Wamba, I, I might be butchering his name, my apologies. But, if he somehow is available, and, he wants to, if he's like he's obviously going to be number one pick. But, if he's somewhere around top five and the Pelicans are there, they will definitely make a pick swap with the Lakers because they want to get the best draft pick, availability, uh, you know, um, at any cost. So we just have to wait and see. The Lakers will continue to lose, but it won't benefit them, in my opinion. Now, would the Lakers trade? Will they trade? Maybe, but we just have. I'm not sure if the Lakers could obviously pull it off. So we just have to wait and see, guys. I mean, it would be nice to have him, but I think it's too early to really talk about the draft, in my own opinion. But um, you know, it's always great to talk about the draft as well. So, great question from Blue Diamond Gem. Thank you for commenting on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Hunter, thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate it. And guys, for some reason, I would love to display these comments on the screen, but unfortunately, I just trying to click on your comments, but for some reason, it's not showing up. My apologies. I had to find a way to do it. I really want to display your comments on here so you guys can see them, but I guess it's just not working. I don't know why, but I'll just read them out. And for those of you who are watching and hearing them, I am reading your comments for sure. So thank you for commenting on the live stream. I really do appreciate it. Definitely, we need to trade Pat. I don't want Kendrick Nunn to be traded, but he isn't giving too much to the Lakers. I agree. 100%. I mean, he has been a no-show this season. The only time he shined was in the preseason. And we were thinking at the time that he would be the sixth man for the Lakers. But unfortunately, we haven't seen that since. And, he is in the bottom of the barrel with the Los Angeles Lakers at the moment. And the best reality of the situation, the Lakers should trade Pat, Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn. Definitely. I agree with you. And, they had to be traded. And I think they will at one point. I mean, so far, when it comes to trades, we heard a lot of, the New York Knicks being in the conversation for Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, and the Lakers getting Evan Fournier or maybe Cam Reddish in the trade. Now, that will be, in my opinion, for to get those players, that would be great. I mean, that would be an upgrade when it comes to those particular players. But so far, Evan Fournier is out of the rotation with the New York Knicks. So that obviously has to do with the bad performance that he's putting up this season. But, to have Cam Reddish in the deal, I think it will help out tremendously with the Los Angeles Lakers in a big way. So I agree with you. Hopefully the Lakers would trade them soon. But, it's just a waiting game at the moment when it comes to the Lakers and Rob Pelinka of making it happen so we can obviously – see a trade happen. I mean, we want a trade to happen already to fix this team because there's potential. There's potential in this team with how Anthony Davis has been playing, with how LeBron has been playing, and even Lonnie Walker. I mean, those particular pieces, the Lakers can obviously pull it off. They could potentially reach the playoffs and compete in the playoffs. Can they go further? It's questionable. But, the Lakers need to make these type of moves to obviously turn the season around. So, but to answer your question, Hunter, honestly, I agree with you with that. Definitely, 100%. And you also comment here, what's the update with Kuz? He just declined. Yeah. Last time I heard when it comes to Kuzma, he will potentially opt out of his contract with the Washington Wizards. but there is a guaranteed chance that the Washington Wizards will potentially, give him a contract because they love Kyle Kuzma, and who doesn't? Even the Lakers, Rob Pelinka, we loved him. I mean, he was a fan favorite. So obviously, when it comes to Kuz, he could potentially, somehow potentially will like. Let me focus. For some reason, it's kind of we have to wait and see what his decision will be because he has said he won't mind going back to the Lakers, but sort of depends on Rob Pelinka. Will he what type of cash that he will offer to Kyle Kuzma? And he got his butt whooped last night against the Los Angeles Lakers. So, and LeBron, obviously, manhandled him. I mean, honestly, he was just outplayed against the Los Angeles Lakers. So, especially when he was facing LeBron last night. So, you know, it's just when it comes down to it, we just have to wait and see. I mean, once again, the waiting game. It's the waiting game when it comes to these certain players, and when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, because we don't know about the reality of certain players and their plans when it comes to free agency. And Lakers will have money. I'm not gonna say anything wrong about that. The Lakers will have money going into the off season around 30 million. So because last season we didn't have money at all. We only had a one. I think we had a taxpayer mid level exception and veteran minimum. So fear not, the Lakers will have money going into next off season. So for sure. But to answer your question, Hunter, I will honestly say, it's a bit questionable about Kyle Kuzma. I mean, the Lakers, they actually can trade for him, but I just don't see the Washington Wizards doing so, when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So, it's it's the reality. It's the reality. I mean, we just have to, this is a waiting game at the moment when it comes to Kyle Kuzma. So, I would love to have him back, but we just have to wait and see. So, yeah, thank you for commenting, Hunter. Really appreciate it. Samurai Beast Warrior. Luka wants out of Dallas. Should the Lakers make a trade for Luka? That is, I did not know that. I did not know he wants out, but didn't he sign a huge contract with them? I mean, I'm not sure, but it will. I will love to have Luka. I would love to have Luka. I mean, the guy who'll be like the next generation, rebuild for the Los Angeles Lakers once LeBron retires, and so it depends on what Dallas wants. And I don't think the Dallas will trade with the Los Angeles Lakers, in my opinion, because they're not fans of the Lakers. I mean, they're like in the same boat of the Phoenix Suns. For some reason, the Suns and the Dallas Mavericks, they hate the Lakers. And who cares? Because, it's the Lakers we're talking about. The Lakers are a franchise team. We win championships, and, we are beloved around the world. And, when it comes down to it, I don't care you know, if they hate the Lakers. I mean, they haven't won anything for them to potentially, for them to be on our level. So I just have to put that out there, guys. I have to say. So yeah, to answer your question, I would love to have him, and I hope the Lakers will try to make a trade, but I just don't really see it happening. I mean, the guy is so valuable to the Dallas Mavericks for them to just give him away. So they will obviously ask for the whole farm and a whole lot of draft picks to potentially make it happen when it comes to trading Luka. So you never know. Will he be a free agent? I'm not sure, but I don't know. For the last time I checked, I thought he signed a huge contract with them, but I might be mistaken. But I would love to have Luka, definitely, in the Lakers uniform. I think he just fits with the Lakers, but we just have to wait and see. Wait and see about that for sure. So, all right. What else? What else to talk about? Hunter, Thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate it. Um, all right. The reason Kendrick Nunn isn't giving us what we want is because of his injuries, or maybe they changed his routine. Um, Maybe that is also a thing. But I think we saw like in the last couple of games in the beginning of the season that Darvin Ham tried to give him a chance for him to potentially play and help the Lakers out. But unfortunately, his shots and his shooting were not going in, and it was hurting us big time. So that's why I think he fell out of the rotation, and that's why he's in the reality of the situation. I don't think he's injured whatsoever. I think he is doing all right, but he's just not finding the right fit with the Lakers. So that's the reality when it comes to what Kendrick Nunn has been dealing with. Sure, he is a great talent. I mean, the guy just a couple of years ago was in the finals against the Los Angeles Lakers with the Miami Heat. So obviously, in his second year with the Lakers, after being out for a whole season in his first year with the Lakers, obviously we wanted to see more out of him. We saw it in the preseason, but unfortunately this season he's been a bust. He's been a bust for the Lakers when it comes down to it. So, I mean, I still think that the Lakers will still try to trade him, maybe package a deal with maybe potentially Pat Bev for sure. So, we just have to wait and see about that when it comes to Kendrick Nunn and his situation. But so far he was not playing good for the Lakers. That's the reality. So, and you also wrote here, I really do appreciate your comment, Hunter. We're really talking a lot about the Lakers, and I love it. So, um, it's been great, really great. Sorry, guys, I need a little drink of water. My apologies. So, you also comment here, Hunter. My last question, is that why the NBA teams, certain teams, are not looking too good this season? Um, uh, Sort of depends on your question. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, but Western Conference definitely. There's a lot of uncertainties when it comes to how some of them are not playing pretty well. That's why you see a lot of them are struggling to try to fight for a play-in, which I honestly see from the Lakers side when it comes to them competing, against, I believe, who are they competing when it comes to the play-in? Obviously the Golden State Warriors, they have the Dallas Mavericks, they have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Utah Jazz. Surprisingly, I mean, just a couple of months ago they were in the top seed in the Western Conference, and now they're in the play-in. So, but yeah, to answer your question, it's this season so far when it comes to certain teams, it's been a wild season for the Lakers. Surprisingly, I mean, they have been on a weird run when it comes to the Western Conference and certain teams. Now, the East, the East. I mean, I think they're about the same with the Western Conference, but at least like we know, like who is obviously in their right seeds in the standings in their Eastern Conference. So, but surprisingly, the Western Conference, it's been competitive, and the Lakers are in the range of just fighting for a play-in. So that's the reality of the situation when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So yeah, guys. Yeah, that's to answer your question, Hunter. Yeah, I mean, it's been to answer your question when it comes to why the NBA teams, certain teams, are not looking too good. It's because maybe there are just some teams out there that are just not showing a lot of passion out there when it comes to the Western Conference. But I think it's just all around. This season has not been pretty weird. when it comes down to it. So yeah, to answer your question, hopefully I answered your question, Hunter. So yeah, Pokemon, you guy, thank you for joining. Uh, Blow the team up already. Yeah, I mean, uh, I I think it's a bit too. I mean, you know, this team is built around LeBron, and once LeBron retires, it's going to be Anthony Davis's team, and that's always been the reality of the Lakers and what they try to build when it comes to building like rebuilding around a certain superstar when it comes down to it. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I think pretty soon we will probably see something similar to that. But we just have to wait and see. Wait and see. What the Lakers will do when it comes to trying to make a change this potentially in the off season when it comes to rebuild. But I think I just saw a comment here from Samurai Beast Warrior. Hell no on rebuilding. Yeah, I mean, some out there wants to rebuild and some want to keep it intact because when we rebuild, obviously the Lakers don't win, and obviously the Lakers have a history. I mean, this is the Lakers we're talking about, a team that always it's championship or bust. And obviously, I never seen a time when the Lakers ever rebuild in my life. Now, sometimes they make big trades, and that's how they stay irrelevant when it comes to certain you know certain dynasties in the Lakers years that we have certain rebuilds that isn't necessarily a rebuild when you make big trades and team up certain superstars. So yeah, definitely. I don't really see them blowing up the team, but I think I can see them making big trades here and there when it comes to building another whole different team after a certain player is gone. And I think that's when the Lakers will potentially do throughout their throughout the years of the franchise. So hopefully that will be the reality. So yeah, um, we do not rebuild in LA. Yeah, I agree. We don't. It's that's not what the Lakers represents when it comes to rebuild. I mean, they are, as I said, they're championship or bust. That's the reality when it comes to the Lakers and their franchise throughout the years. So, to answer your question, Samurai Beast Warrior, yeah, the Lakers are not a rebuilding team. I mean, they always have every single year a competing chance when it comes to playoffs or going to the finals. I mean, that's been the Lakers' MO throughout their years of being in existence. So, yeah, that's to answer your question. Absolutely. Um, let's just make a future big three. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have that. I mean, the reality, as I read, I believe from your previous comments, Samurai Beast Warrior, Luca. I would love to have Luca on the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, that will obviously with the combination. If somehow I think Anthony Davis will still stick around with the Lakers after LeBron is gone, but sort of it depends on how healthy he is and will he be the same guy? Once he hits his uh his his 30s potentially. So, but it sort of depends on what the Lakers have when it comes to assets for them to go after a player like Luca or somebody out there like a Trey Young or maybe even John Morant. I mean, he belongs in LA. I don't know why. I mean, he is dominating in Minnesota, in Memphis, and I would love to have him more than anything. I'm a big fan of John Morant. Unfortunately, he's injured, and I think he's out for the season. But his athleticism and his skill set obviously fits in LA, in my opinion. So, but I'm not knocking Luca. I would love to have Luca on the Los Angeles Lakers for sure. So, But I don't think it will happen pretty soon. Uh, but it will be in the future for the Lakers when it comes to Luka joining the Los Angeles Lakers for sure. Um, what else here? Samurai Beast Warrior, you continuing to comment in this live stream, I really do appreciate it. I mean, you're the majority of these comments. I really do appreciate it. Um, the Bulls have been rebuilding since 1998, and look oh look how that got them. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I am since Michael Jordan, they have been irrelevant. They have been irrelevant. I mean, sure, they had Derrick Rose, they had a couple of players that even last season. I mean, they were competitive and they were obviously, I believe, they were like the first seed in the Eastern Conference last season. I might be mistaken, but they tried their best to build a team, but they just haven't really gotten it right since Michael Jordan. And unfortunately, that's not what the Lakers are. The Lakers, in any given way, they they try so hard to build a team that wins. And I mean, they did so with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar joining the Lakers in the '80s, alongside with Magic Johnson. And then when it came to the 2000s, you had Kobe and Shaq, who obviously dominated for 3 years together and won us championships in back to back to back to back. So, or back to back to back. So, obviously, it was. That's the Lakers are not in the level of the Chicago Bulls, but they are a whole different scenario. And the Lakers have a history of just pulling it off. I mean, as I said, they got Kobe and Shaq together, and then it was Kobe and Pau Gasol, who obviously they were just dominance. When it comes to winning back-to-back championships in 2009 and 2010. So. And that was fun to watch. That was so fun to watch, especially for Kobe to win a championship without Shaq. I mean, that was always been the question mark for the Lakers when it came down to it. So yeah. To answer your question, Samurai Beast Warrior, yeah, I absolutely agree. The Lakers, you know, um, you know, they should not. Yeah, they should not want to be like them. Yeah, I absolutely agree. They will not, but I don't really see them in the same level of the Chicago Bulls. I mean, the Lakers are a whole different class of their own. So when it comes to so-called rebuilds, when it comes to targeting superstars, so in trades, so and LA is much more attractive than being in Chicago. So that's a whole different thing. Um, what else? John Morant not out for the season. I don't know. For some reason, I saw a notification like this morning that he was out for the season. I don't know. I just saw it. Oh, let me see. Maybe I can look it up. It was like in the morning. I saw it, and for some reason he was out for the season. So let me see real quick. I might be wrong. Okay, number one seed. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, they are the number one seed in the Western Conference. So that's something. Oh, let me look it up real quick. And for those of you who are joining me, thank you for joining me on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. I really do appreciate it. Wow, surprisingly. Okay. I was wrong then. I don't know. I thought last time I checked, I thought he was out for the season. I don't know. I was wrong. My apologies. I don't know. I saw a different notification. So you're right, Samurai Beast Warrior. Yeah, you're definitely right. So yeah, for some reason I thought he was out for the season, but I guess it was someone else. So or maybe I was. Oh, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had to, I just don't want to waste your guys' time just trying to look it up. So, yeah, I just had to look it up for sure. So, what else you said here? The Lakers had a small rebuild in 1994 to 1995. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, you know, Magic was gone, and I believe at that time, was it? Did Byron Scott was still on the team? I might be mistaken, but the Lakers at that time did had a rebuild, and I think it was around Kobe at the time. But I think once I think Shaq was also on that team. Was he on the team? Hold on, let me check real quick, guys. I mean, I want to be absolutely accurate when it comes to the Lakers. When it comes to that particular rebuild, Lakers 1994 roster. Yeah, let's see here. Um, yeah, yeah. When it comes down to, yeah, I think Magic was still on the team, but I think he was just I think in the final years in the Lakers, final years of his years as a basketball player. So, and then once I believe 1995, the roster, yeah, yeah, it was around that time when they started rebuilding around Kobe, and then they traded for Shaq, and then they just added some pieces to the team that obviously turned their whole dynasty around for the better, because that's when we won championships in I believe 2000, 2001, and I believe it was 1999 or something. Yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think there was a point that the Lakers did a rebuild, but it was a small rebuild. Yeah, it was real quick. I mean, once we drafted Kobe and traded for Shaq, things got a little better for the Lakers in a big way, for sure. My apologies. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Once again, every time I go on these long live streams, I tend to lose my voice. But these are good conversations. I really do appreciate it. And my apologies once again for my continuous cough. And I think, wow, I went for 52 minutes, and man, I haven't even really gotten to or I said the gist of it when it came to this game tonight. But you know, as a result, overall, the Lakers, they were shorthanded, and they were just destined to lose this game against the Suns tonight. Hopefully, they'll bounce back on Wednesday once they face I believe it's the Kings, which they're a pretty good team out there. I mean, surprisingly, this season they're a pretty good team. They are 16-12. So they are when it comes to you know what do you call it, the pollings, they're saying that it's a 50-50 when it comes to the Lakers facing them. So, but that sort of depends on who will return on Wednesday. So we just have to wait and see. Hopefully LeBron returns soon, and maybe hopefully Russell Westbrook, because he's dealing with soreness in his foot. I believe it's his right. So obviously he will. Maybe hopefully you see his return. Then you have Austin Reaves, who could potentially come back, but we just have to wait and see about that. So, but other than that, hopefully the Lakers could bounce back, and hopefully we'll have some of our players returning very soon, because the Lakers were just shorthanded in a big way, and hopefully things will turn out good for the Lakers. Hopefully, continue to just hang in there once Anthony Davis returns. What if it's next couple of weeks, or could be at the end of the month, or potentially or after a month of just hopefully getting better very soon. So a speedy recovery for all of our players, but especially for Anthony Davis. So yeah, guys, I mean, thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSBN. Once again, thank you to Samurai, Beast Warrior, Hunter, Pokemon Yugi guy, and who else was on here? I think I saw another comment, but I think it's the same people. Yeah, thank you all for joining me in this live stream. I really do appreciate it. I'll try to find a way to potentially post your comments on this screen potentially. I just have to find a way to do it. For some reason, it didn't work when it came to clicking on your comments, but unfortunately, it just didn't work. So I'll try to find a way to do it for sure. So hopefully, I'll try to find a way. But if I don't, I'll just read them out for sure. And I really do appreciate all of you for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next live stream. And hopefully, the Lakers will turn this, have a bounce back, game potentially. Hopefully, so let's just cross our fingers. So, thank you all for joining me in this live stream. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.